Some of the best moves in card magic actually came from the card table from Card Sharks and Card Cheaters. One in particular that I have no idea who invented it or where it came from is called the Hop, and what this can do is basically nullify a cut and keep a card or cards on top of the deck even though somebody cut the deck. This obviously can be useful at the card table, but also can be useful in card magic via card controls. I first saw Harry Lorraine perform this move in a routine that he calls the Invisible Pass routine, which completely just fried my brain and fooled the crap out of me. Lance Pierce also has a modified routine using that same move, which also fooled me even worse. In this video, I'm going to show you the basic move itself and how you can apply it to a card control, and I'll show you some refined handlings and some subtleties that you might appreciate. Let's get into it. So this move is actually pretty easy to do, and all you're really doing here is keeping one card in place as you cut the deck. It's a real cut, but only one card remains exactly where it is. Alright, or more if you want to do more, but we'll focus on doing one card right now. So what you're doing here is this is the basic handling, and I'll get into some subtleties here in a minute, but all you do here is take about half the deck, like this, and cut it down the table like this, but retain one card in your hand like this as you come up to grab this other part of the deck as you slap that on top, so that one card stays exactly where it is. Now that's the basic thing that's happening, so here's some subtleties to make this thing look great. So first of all, you want to keep the card as hidden as possible, so to do that, it's best to cover the whole part of the front of the card like this, so you're pretty much the tip of your middle finger goes on the corner of the card there like this, so when you come back up like this, the whole front of the card is being covered by your fingers. If you did it like this, with your middle finger about right here, like in the middle or something, and you went down to do the move, it would be exposed like this because, you know, some of the card can be seen. So having your middle finger on that corner really helps with shading the move. Now sometimes this move can be seen if your hand is too rotated palm up, right? So the whole card can be seen like this. So you want to keep your hand tilted like this to where your hand is towards the audience like this. I mean, not all the way like this, but it helps if you rotate your hand away from you like this. That way, none of the card can be seen. They're just seeing the side of your hand here. And I have two cards here. So again, if you're like this, you know, tilting the hand like this, palm towards yourself, they're going to see the card. So you want to put your palm towards the audience like this so they cannot see the card. Also, slightly turning your body helps, okay? So I'm left-handed, so I turn my body clockwise, so all they see is the side of my hand here, right? But obviously, if you're right-handed, turn counterclockwise, so when you do it, all they see is the side of your hand there. So now that we know the basic move and what's going on, the mechanics, here are some subtleties to make it look as good as it can possibly be. Firstly, the hand that's cutting the deck, alright, so your Biddle Grip hand, is going straight down. It never really moves position, alright, so it doesn't do this, it doesn't move at all, it just goes straight down, okay? So that's what you want to really get down, is your hand going straight down. And even in this position, you can't even see half the deck that's in your hand, which is a good thing, okay? So you just want to move straight down with that hand, as this hand sort of just does this. It opens like a bomb door, okay? So this hand just moves straight down as this one moves like this, 90 degrees. So that's the motion, okay? So once again, you're here, and this is the motion. All you're doing is this, like that. So to complete the cut, simply reverse that action. So you're here like this. This hand doesn't really move positions, it just moves up and down, okay? So this hand does everything, moving like this. Alright, so 90 degrees that way, and then back like this, that hand receives it and moves down, and that's the cut. So Michael Skinner loved this move, and the subtlety that he added was that making everything seem open. Because what he didn't like about the move that it had to be so tight like this, like you're trying to hide something. So his contribution to the move, which he loved, was doing this. So once you get the card on, what you do is just sort of do this and just let the packet fall. All right, so it seems very casual and open as opposed to doing something like that, like a quick, jerky, suspicious action. Instead, what you can do is this, right? Do the move and then just come out like this, you know, like you're not trying to hide anything. Think about if you had really cut the deck for real with no move. It would look like that. You would throw the packets down like this onto the table. So you want to mimic that move as best you can with the fake one. So one more thing that really helps sell this illusion is not aligning the packets perfectly when you do the cut, right? So here we are again with the move. And so just put them like a cross cut force action here, right? So they think the card is here. Really, it's on top because you did the move. And now just meticulously and slowly square this deck up like this, and they think the card is lost, but really it's on top. Now the cool thing here, when you're doing one card, you don't have to just pick up one card. It can be a few cards, right? It doesn't matter how many cards you pick up because you're just doing the top card, right? So it can be like a little packet. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you pick up one or more cards, it'll work. Now you can control multiple cards doing it that way, doing multiple cards for the move. So let's say you had two people and you had them both pick a card and you want to have them both controlled to the top of the deck. Here's what you do. So the first person's card ace of clubs, second person's card ace of diamonds. What a coincidence. Alright, so what you do here is take the first card and just do the move like we've been talking about, right? Like this, just do the move. It doesn't matter how many cards you pick up because it's already on top. Now take the second person's card and do the move again with more than one card, like this. So you're here like this, and just do the move, and now both cards are on top of the deck. Now you could do it with all four aces, but I think after, 4 cards, it becomes kind of obvious, or, people watch more closely what you're doing. So I wouldn't do more than 2. But if you want a more, secret and sinister handling with all 4 aces, then I suggest looking up the Aces Up routine by Lance Pierce. I promise it'll fool you. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from the video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.